In this video, you will learn the number one reason why, despite all of your subconscious mind reprogramming, your scripting, your robotic affirmations, and your visualizations, you still aren't quite living your exact dream life. And I will also share with you my exact 3-step technique and process for how you can completely turn this around and actually start manifesting instantly. Because if you remember from one of my previous videos, manifestation is actually instant. Chances are that you have one very important blockage in place that is preventing you from actually manifesting the dream life that you want instead of your current situation. And that thing is...
the economy.
No, that thing is your nervous system. Alright, so here's the deal. Your nervous system is the physical part of you that decides every single moment whether you're safe or in danger. But here's the catch. This decision is not shaped by the physical world. For example, when you see an angry bear running towards you, it is shaped by your thoughts, which then cause certain emotions, and then your nervous system actually kicks in and decides, based on your emotions and beliefs about the current situation, whether a situation is safe or not. Now, this is actually very important to realize, because this means that we need to signal to our nervous system that we are safe and that we can safely proceed to live our dream life, manifest more money, attract our desired person, or buy our dream house, without this being a threat to our body or mind. But here is where it gets really interesting. Your nervous system is designed to allow and to accept your current situation, your current life, otherwise you wouldn't be living it. Now, of course, what we want to do is upgrade our current reality to our desired reality. But when we try to do this, our nervous system is like,
hold up, wait a minute.
Now, to our nervous system, this is actually a very big deal, because for us to enter a reality where we make 5 times as much money, or 10 times as much money, or 100 times as much money as we are currently making, this is perceived as a threat to our current reality, and our old self literally has to die off before we can enter and become our new self. Now, this may sound very dramatic, but that's actually what's happening from moment to moment. You are leaving behind the complete identity, physical and mental and emotional, of the person you were to step into and become a new version of yourself who is more abundant, more wealthy, more happy. And even though logically speaking, this is all good, and you might be thinking, well, what's the problem with that? Of course I want more money, of course I want more happiness. This is your logical and analytical mind thinking, and our subconscious mind and our nervous system, which is the physical representation of our subconscious mind, don't always agree with our logical version of ourselves. You not only hold these limiting beliefs in your mind, but also in your physical body. And that's actually what regulating your nervous system is about. It's about creating a safe physical environment within your own body that represents your new positive beliefs over your current beliefs that are limiting or that are beliefs of lack. This is also why reprogramming your subconscious mind is a great first step, but oftentimes it's not enough, because you also need that physical reassurance that what you are trying to achieve is actually good and safe for you. Think of it this way. Imagine you're on a walk in the forest or in the woods and you come across an injured rabbit, for example. Now, you might approach that rabbit with the intention to help it, but to that rabbit it might seem like you are a threat and you are trying to injure it further. Even though you have good intentions, to the rabbit it may seem like you are trying to hurt it further. This is exactly the sort of relationship that goes on between your logical mind and your nervous system and subconscious mind. Logically, you realize that making more money is good for you, but if you have held beliefs since childhood that making too much money is bad, or it's unexpected, or you don't know what's going to happen, or it might threaten you, then you will prevent yourself subconsciously from making 10 times more money. Now, in order to regulate your nervous system and to signal to it that it is okay to be with your specific person, or it is okay to make $10,000 a month, or to go on your dream vacation, we need to show it that these things don't represent a threat, even though they might seem new to us or might seem unfamiliar. And this is what's meant by regulating your nervous system. Alright, so the first step in regulating your nervous system properly is to make a detailed assessment of all the limiting beliefs that you still subconsciously hold on to that are actually preventing you from manifesting more wealth and money into your life. Alright, so here's what you do. Take out a pen and paper and sit down, close your eyes, go into a visualization like you normally would. Hopefully you already have a visualization practice. But this time, instead of just visualizing, I want you to pay especially close attention to the feelings and emotions that come up when you are visualizing your dream life that might be signaling that some of the things that you are visualizing, you don't actually believe them, or they feel like a fantasy in your mind, or you don't think that you could actually ever do them. And here's the tricky part. These can actually be very subtle feelings and emotions. So I need you to be completely honest with yourself and really feel into your body and your mind and see what negative emotions come up during this visualization. Just to give you an example, some things that used to come up for me and that I had to work through were thoughts like, I don't have the skills to make $10,000 a month, or I don't work hard enough to make $10,000 a month. Once you feel these thoughts and impulses come up, write them all down so that you create a very detailed inventory of all of the limiting beliefs that you still hold and that you have a complete list of them. Once you have a full list or a list that you think is complete, it's actually time to move on to step number 2 of the process. Alright, so now that you've identified the subconscious beliefs that are still present in your body, it's actually time to dislodge them. And this process is done through EFT tapping. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it is a combination of somatic therapy combined with acupressure. EFT tapping specifically helps you to rewire your nervous system to feel safe and regulated, to step into your new positive identity of success and wealth. Every time you are tapping on a specific belief with EFT, you are basically dislodging the emotional charge that is associated with that negative belief. You are signaling to your body that yes, maybe you still hold on to a limiting belief, but you are also making it very clear that it no longer serves you and that you are letting it go and that you don't believe it anymore. There are much better tutorials out there on YouTube. I specifically would recommend Brad Yates. His YouTube channel is full of tapping, full of EFT tapping videos on specific issues that you can use, but I actually recommend to make your own video based on the beliefs that you identified in the previous step. Now, if you remember from the beginning of this video, I told you that regulating your nervous system is not only about our thoughts and emotions, but it's also about the physical result of our thoughts and emotions that we hold in the body. Now, the last step of our process is to work through these physical blocks that were created by our limiting beliefs and negative mindset so that we can safely regulate our nervous system so that it becomes okay with us being crazy rich and successful. Every limiting belief you have ever told yourself or thought actually has left a physical imprint in your body somewhere. And these are not just random sensations, these are actually somatic residues left by your subconscious beliefs. So now it's time to release these physical blocks in your body, and here's how. First, just go lay down flat on your bed or on the floor somewhere, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to relax. Now the next step is to repeat your first limiting belief of the list you made earlier. For example, I am not skilled enough to be rich. Now as you repeat this limiting belief, chances are that somewhere within your body you will feel some resistance or negative energy. The most common place in the body where this occurs is in the jaw and the stomach area. Scan and feel for subtle knots that are tightening or muscles that are contracting seemingly on their own. This is actually an indication that your nervous system and your body have stored that negative energy and trauma in that specific location in your physical body. Now the next step is to hold your hand on the area of your physical body that is affected and repeat the opposite of your limiting belief. For example, I have all the skills I need to be rich. Or you could repeat a positive affirmation or mantra like, I am letting go of any negative energy stored in my body that I no longer need, and actually feel positive energy flowing from your hands towards the area on your body that is affected. Do this consistently for at least once a day for 1 week straight, and notice how when you now do positive visualization exercises or you repeat positive affirmations to yourself, you no longer feel that weight, that negative energy slowing you down, or that physical resistance in your body to the positive things that you are repeating to yourself. Alright, that's it for me today. I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way towards the end. It means a lot to me. I am sending you a lot of positive energy. I wish you so many miracles today. And I just want to remind you that I do have a completely free community where people like you are manifesting their first $5,000 months, $10,000 months consistently over and over again. And it's really a community where business skills, very practical business skills, meet manifestation and the law of attraction. So if that's a combination that's interesting to you and you want to learn more about these skills to make a lot of money, you are free to join the community. That being said though, I hope you have a wonderful day and I wish you all the best.